Namaste guys and welcome to the new session of C programming. So today in this video we are going to learn about operators and what are the different types of operator we have inside our C. So in our last video we have seen what is printf statement and what is a scanf statement and how we can use both of them and what are the format specifiers that can be used for each and every data type. So before wasting further time, let's begin with the video. So basically there are three types of operator. The first one is binary operator, meaning that it requires two operand and one operator, as in our addition and our subtraction operation. They also require two numbers and one operator. So two operands and one operator. So this is how our binary operators are. The second is unary operator. Unary operator, there are special operators in C which can be used to increment the value and decrement the value. Let's say I want to increment the value of 2, then I'm going to write 2 plus plus. So this is called as a post increment. We will see in detail. So this is how unary operator works. They require only one operand and only one operator. So our next are ternary operators, meaning that they require one operator and three operands. So this is how three types of operator we have. In our binary operator, there are also multiple types. The first one is arithmetic operators. So arithmetic operators, there are nothing but first one is addition, second one subtraction, then multiplication, then division, and then modulo operator. So in addition operation, as we know, this is a binary operator, meaning that we are going to require two operands. So let's take example 2 plus 2. So we have two operands and one operator. So in our subtraction also the same, 2 minus 2. So this is also has two operands and one operator. In our multiplication also 2 into 2. So this is how we are going to get two operands and one operator. Now let's say our modulo operator. So modulo operator, it is used to get a reminder. So let's say I want to do an operation. Let's say I'm going to do this operation. So 10 5s are 10. So our remainder will be 0. So this remainder we can extract using our modulo operator. So our next operator are relational operators. Relational operator, there are nothing but first one is greater than operator. So greater than operator, let me assume a equals to 6, b equals to 5 and c equals to 5. Now we can use this greater than operator to compare between two operands. So let me say b is, so let me say a is greater than b. So this is how we can compare two variables or two value using our greater than operator. The next operator is greater than equal to operator. So let me say if I want to compare a is greater than equal to b. So a's value is greater than b, but it is not equal to b. So one condition satisfied. So this is a valid case. If I write b greater than equal to c, so in this case also this is a valid statement because b is not greater than c, but it is equal to c. So this is how we can use this greater than equal to operator to compare between two values, and also we can compare if both the values are equal. Our next operator is less than operator. So let me say b is less than a. So this is a valid statement. We can compare b's value and a's value and we can define a result. So our fourth operator is less than equal to operator. So less than equal to operator also works as same as greater than equal to operator. So in this case, if I write b is less than equal to c, then it is also a valid statement because b is not less than c, but it is equal to c. So this is a valid state. So our next operator is equal to operator. So if you remember, every time we assign a value to our variable, I am using a single equal to. So to assign our 5 inside our a variable, I am using this operator. So this is called as a assignment operator. If I want to compare, let's say a's value is 5 and b's value is also 5, then now we have 5 inside our a and we have 5 inside our b. Now to compare these both value, what I am going to do, if I want to see if both values are equal, I am going to write a is equals to b. So this is meaning that a's value is equals to b's value. So this is how equal to operator works, and there is a difference between assignment operator and equal to operator. To check any condition is equal, we are going to use this operator, and to assign a value to any variables, I am going to use this operator. So our next operator is not equal to operator. So let me say if I have a's value as 6 and B's value as 7. And if I write a condition, A is not equal to B. So this is a valid statement because A's value is not equal to B. So this is how we can compare both values if they are equal or not. So our next operator are logical operators. So logical operator, they have very significant use in our C program. So our first operator is logical AND operator. So using this logical AND operator, we can compare two conditions. So let me take an example. If I have A's value as 5, B's value as 6 and C's value as 5. So now I can write one statement. So let me assume one condition. Let's say B's value is greater than A and A's value is equals to C. So this is a true statement. So this statement is going to return 1 whenever it is true and it is going to return 0 whenever it is a false. So now this statement is returning to 1 means it is a true statement, and this statement is also true, so it will be return 1. Now 1 and 1. So as you can see here, both statements are true, meaning that it will return 1. So this is how we can compare two conditions using our logical AND operator. So logical AND operator, whenever both conditions are true, it is going to return 1. If one of the condition is false, then it is going to return 0. So this is how our logical AND operator works. So you don't need to by heart these operators. We are going to use them significantly in our program. So you will understand them better and you are going to remember that as well. So our next operator is OR operator. Now let me take an example. If I write A is greater than B and or A is equals to C. So with this statement, clearly it is a false statement because A's value is 5 and B's value is 6, which is greater. So this condition will return 0. Now with our logical OR, now this statement is true because A's value is also 5 and C's value is also 5. So this condition will return 1. So one of the condition is true, meaning that it will return 1, and one of the condition is false, still also it will return 1. If both condition are false, then only it will return 0. If both condition or one of the one condition is true, then it will return 1. So this is how we can use our logical OR operator, where if we want to check if one of the condition is true, then we can get a true result, and if both condition are false, we will get 0 result. So let's move on to our next operator, which is our logical NOT. So now to use our logical NOT, what I'm going to do now, if I write A is less than B, so this is a true statement. So this statement will return 1. Now if I want to reverse this result, what I'm going to do, I'm going to simply use a NOT operator. Now A is less than B, meaning that it will return 1, but we are using our NOT operator, so the result will be converted to 0. If the condition is true, then we can manipulate that condition to a false statement, and if a condition is false, we can manipulate that statement into true statement using our logical NOT operator. So this is how our three logical operators works. So our next operators are bitwise operator, which are very useful when manipulating the bits. So I'm going to take one by one. So our first is bitwise AND. So as we seen, our logical AND, it is also works same, but we can manipulate bits inside our bytes using this bitwise operator. So we are going to later see what is a bit manipulation, and we are going to learn them very in detail. So now let's understand what is a bitwise AND. So in bitwise AND, as you can see here, x value is 0, means our if the first bit is 0 and second bit also is 0, then if I do AND operation between both of the bits, then it is going to return 0. Means both of the bits are 0, means both of the bits are low, so it is going to return as 0. When one of the bit is 1, then also it is going to return 0. If one of the bit is 0, then also it is going to return 0. If whenever only both bits are true, then only it is going to return 1. So this is how our bitwise AND operator works. Now we are learning them just to understand and have a clear idea what are the bitwise operator. So using this bitwise operator, we can perform operation on our bits. So we are going to see how we can do this manually in our later future sections. So our next operator is OR operator. So as you can see, it is a bitwise OR operator. In our logical OR operator, we have seen the same operation. Whenever both values are false, then it is going to return 0. If one of the value is true, in this both case, it is going to return 1. If both values are true, then it is going to return 1. So this is how our logical OR operator works. So our next operators are left shift operators. So let me take a 4-bit example. Let's say our A variable has 1010, which is nothing but 10 in decimal. Now, if I want to left shift this number by a times, I'm going to use our left shift operator. So to left shift operation, I'm going to write one statement. Let's say I want to left shift this number by 2 times. So what I'm going to write? I'm going to write A left shift 2 times. So with this statement, what it is going to do? So at the first case, we have 1010. So I'm taking example of 4-bit number. So in our programs, we are going to use 8-bit numbers or 16-bit manipulation. Now let's understand, if I write this statement, in the next step, what going to happen? So this 0 will be shifted here and this one will be shifted here and this 0 will be shifted here, and in the empty space I'm going to get another 0 to fill out that place. So this is our number after our first shift. Now we are doing here 2 times. So next time what happens? This 0 will be shifted here, this will be shifted here, and this one will be shifted here, and we are going to discard this bit and I'm going to restore a 0 bit to fill out that position. So now we have successfully shifted this number 2 times at the left side. So this is how our left shift works. So we are going to use for 8 bits comparison. So to give you clear idea, we are discussing this topic. So our next operator is right shift operator. So right shift operator also works same. Let's say I want to right shift this number by 2 times. So what I am going to write? A right shift 2 times. So in this case, what going to happen? In our first step, our number will be 1010, which is a base number, and our next operation, this one will be shifted here and this 0 will be shifted here and this one will be shifted here, filling out the empty as 0 bit. So this is after one shift. In the next shift, this one will be shifted here and this 0 will be shifted here and these bits will be filled with zeros. So this is how our right shift works, same as our left shift. The direction is changed between left shift and right shift. So our next operator is complement operator. So let me take, if our A value has 1010, if I write 1010, now if I want to toggle these bits, I'm going to use our complement operator. So after using this complement operator, this number going to change into, at the place of 1, it is going to return 0 and place of 0, it is going to return 1. So 0 1 0 1. So this is how we can toggle any number using our complement operator. So our next operator is bitwise XOR. So bitwise XOR has a very interesting operation. So as you can see here in this chart, if our first bit is 0 and our second bit is 0, then it is going to return 0. So whenever there are difference between both values of x and y, then only it will return a true statement. In the statement where both values are same, let me say if x is also 1 and y is also 1, then it is going to return 0. If both values differ from each other, then only it will going to return as a 1. So this is how we can use our bitwise XOR operator. So our next operators are assignment operator. So these operators are very common in our C program and we have also used this operator inside our C program. So let me clarify how we can use this assignment operator. So let's say we have a variable and now I am going to store a value inside this a variable. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use an assignment operator and I'm going to define our value. So now 5 is assigned to our a variable. So this is how we can use assignment operator and we are going to use them frequently inside our C sections. So our next operator is add and assign. So let me assume a value equals to 5 and b value is equals to 6. So as you can see here, now a value variable has 5 and our b variable has 6. Now if I want to add these variables, and I'm going to store the resultant value inside our a variable. Now to do this operation, we can take help of this add and assign operator. So what I'm going to write, so let's a plus equals to b. So now in this operation, a's value and b value will be added. So 5 plus 6 is nothing but 11 and result will be stored inside our a variable. So now our a variable value is 11. So this is how we can use this add and assign operator, and we can store the resulted value inside our first variable. So in the next operation, we can do the same thing using our multiply and assigned operator. So now if I want to multiply a value and b's value, what we're going to write? A multiply and assign b. So this is how we can predict their result. So 5 into 6 is nothing but 30. So our a value will be now 30. So this is how we can use our multiply and assign. The next one is divide and assign. So this operator works also same, and the compound and assign also works the same. So it is going to perform operation between two values and the remainder will be stored inside our first variable. So this is how we can use our assignment operators in case of our C programming section. Wherever we have need of these operator, we are going to use them frequently. So our next operator is unary operators. So unary operators nothing but we have only one operator and only one operand. So using this, we are going to encounter few of the operators inside our C program, which are very important to understand. So our first operator is increment operator. So this is called as a post increment operator. So in this first case, I'm going to tell you what is a increment operator. So let me say if I have 5 inside our a, then if I want to increment this value by 1, I'm going to use a plus plus. So if I write this statement, now in the next step, our a value gonna be 6. So this is how we can define or we can increase the value of any variable by 1 using this increment operator. So this is called as a post increment. So there are two types of increment. The first one is post increment and our second one is pre increment. In our post increment, the value of this operation is going to change with when the compiler will encounter next step. In the pre increment, the value of this variable going to change at the time when compiler encounter this operation. Now to represent our pre increment, I am going to write simply plus plus then our variable. Now in this step, our now a's value, if it is 5, then in this step only it is going to become 6. But in this post increment case, if our a value is 5, in the next step it is going to become as 6. So we are going to understand this inside our program. So now just let you have a clear idea, I'm explaining this. So our next operator is decrement operator. So decrement operator works the same. So let me say if I want to decrement a number, now a's value is 5. Now if I want to reduce it to 4 by 1, so I'm going to write a minus minus. So in this case, in the next step, a's value gonna be reduced by 1. So in the next step, a's value will be 4. So this is called as a post decrement. In the place, if I want to decrement a's value in this same step, what I'm going to do, I'm going to write pre decrement, which is our minus minus and our a. So in this step, now a value has become 4. You don't have to go to the next step to change the value. In the first step only, it is going to change the value. So this is how we can use our unary operators with one operator and one operand. So our next operator are ternary operators. So we don't use them frequently, but to have an idea, I'm going to explain you this. So a unary operator, we have syntax to perform operation. So let me say if I have a value is 6 and b value as 7. Now if I use this syntax to represent our ternary operator, if I mention one condition with the same syntax, let's say a value is greater than b. Now let's complete the syntax. So question mark, and I'm going to write a true statement. So return 1 and our syntax, and false return 0 and our semicolon. So with the same statement using the same syntax, as you know, a value is not greater than b. So this condition will return 0. Now if this condition is written 0, then this is going to execute this part of program, which is a false statement. and this statement it is going to return 0. If the condition is true, let me say if I write a value is less than b, so then it is going to return this part of program, which is our return 1, and it is going to return 1. So whenever the condition is true, this condition going to perform this operation, and whenever the condition is false, this condition is going to perform this operation. So this is how we can use ternary operator and our unary operators and our binary operators. So in this video, this is it for now. In the next session, we are going to see how we can calculate range of data types, and we are going to perform few of the problems based on the data types, and we are going to code few of the problem, and also I'm going to give you some notes and some tasks. And please subscribe the channel and make sure you like the video. And if you have any kind of confusion, please write in the comment section. I am surely going to reply. So this is it for now. Thank you.